How did you come to work on investigations?
As a litigator, I have some experience cross-examining witnesses on the stand. And in my previous stint as an in-house counsel, I was asked to help prepare interview questions for a corporate investigation into a misconduct allegation. So in doing that, I realized that this is actually very fun. And it's about piecing together a story based on scraps of evidence that you have before you. And that's how I got into this field.
What type of work do you do in corporate investigations?
The type of work you do in corporate investigations is similar to like a detective story where you have pieces of a puzzle that you need to put together and form a coherent story or narrative case theory based on the evidence that you have.
What does a day in the life of a corporate investigator look like to you?
So there's a lot of document review, looking at financial statements, looking at emails, looking at even chats between colleagues, personal chats on mobile phones. All of that is with the aim of building up this storyline that you can then use as a hypothesis and then put questions to the persons involved.
What do you like most about working in investigations?
The human aspect. So the people that you interview and the people that you talk to in corporate investigations, these are all your colleagues or people who are in the company itself. They are doing a job, yet why do certain things go wrong? So there is a very interesting element to me in terms of maybe the human psychology. Why do we do certain things we do? Or when mistakes are made, why do we react a certain way? And I find it very interesting to delve into the whole puzzle of why people do the things they do and what they do afterwards.
What do you like least?
That's a tough one. I suppose it would be when you have to ask difficult questions of people who are just doing their jobs in a sense, who may have made some innocent, non-malicious mistakes. It's quite tough to have to deal with their emotions, I suppose, when they feel like perhaps their job is on the line. And to me, I think that's something that I'm still learning, how to handle emotions of these people. And that I find to be, I guess, the least enjoyable aspect of the job for now.
What are the top 3 qualities a corporate investigator should have?
Number 1 is definitely empathy. I have sat in on a number of corporate investigations where the person asking the questions really has no empathy, and it comes through because they're just trying to get through their list of questions, or they're just trying to push a point of view across, and they fail to appreciate that the person sitting opposite from them is also a human being with his own motivations, his own fears, and they fail to address that adequately, and they just kind of motor on without heed to the person's emotions. So I would say that empathy is definitely the top quality. I suppose other qualities that a corporate investigator would need to have would be meticulousness, attention to detail, because that is really how you get your base in piecing your story together. And I think the third one would have to be curiosity, because you really got to want to know what actually happened.
What's your favorite book?
I like all the Jean Le Carre books. So, it's in the spy thriller genre. I really like The Man Who Came In From the Cold. Yeah, a little bit old school, but yeah, I love those.
What educational or training background do you think investigators should have?
I think that empathy is one of the main skills that any corporate investigator should have. And so empathy when conducting an interview is definitely something that will really make the difference in terms of how the interview actually goes. So to me, I would think that interview training is the most important.
What's your advice to people starting out in the corporate investigations career?
Well, I myself am similar. I'm also starting out. I would say that it's very interesting field so far to me. That there is a little bit of everything. There is the human drama element. There is the document review where you are piecing together a story just based on documents alone. And finally, there is also the corporate angle, because you are, after all, doing this for a company. So you also have to think about the company's motivations, what the company needs, what is good for the company.
Why did you join the ACI?
Well, like I said, I'm starting out in corporate investigations myself, and I have not had really much experience in it, and I need to learn a lot more about it. And I found out about the ACI and the fact that, you know, it's really an association of like-minded people who are doing this day in, day out, I thought, you know, what better way to gain experience quickly than to just join this community, ask the questions I have, attend the talks that they carry out, learn the skills that they are imparting, and, you know, most of all, I think build friendships so that you can have an avenue to turn to if you have any questions.